Now, I've never really been into sports, but if you make a movie about it, I'm really into it. This is about a shoe company that's standing on its last legs and rolling the dice and taking a chance on one athlete. This movie is also about an athlete saving a shoe company from extinction. I'm Mike, the Movie Misfit, and this is my review for the movie Air.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Now, this movie's in the same vein as something like Jerry Maguire. We get the behind the scenes of how a struggling shoe company called
Nikkei, what is it?
and we get to see how that coming together happened. Now, what's funny about this to me, I never realized it was a thing. I always just assumed Michael Jordan, Air Jordans, and Nike were always something that were together, like
peanut butter and jelly.
This film has all the right ingredients for a good movie. We have an underdog story, and we have a great cast. What's interesting about this movie is we all know how it ends, but the journey to get there is what makes this movie really interesting. Like I said, this movie kind of feels like a Jerry Maguire, and even though the movie is directed by Ben Affleck, it kind of feels like it was directed by Adam McKay.
3 penises walking down the street.
Yeah, you know.
All the performances in this film are all pretty good, but there are some standout performances I'd like to talk about. Man, Chris Tucker in this movie, this might not only be a good performance out of him, this might be the most quiet he's ever been in a movie. Marlon Wayans, his part wasn't very big, but he did a very good job, and he's been in some dramatic parts before, so I'm really hoping we get to see more of him in those type of movies.
More TV! Oh shit!
Julius Tennant plays Michael Jordan's father. He does a very good job. He plays the lovable dad just so well in this film.
Oh man, here we go.
Matthew Mayer plays Peter Moore, the designer of Air Jordans. What's interesting about the character or the person is he almost feels like a made-up character just for the movie for comedic laughs, but he was actually a real person and unfortunately passed away before the movie was released. When it comes to things that take place in the 80s, a lot of movies and TV shows will do a lot of nostalgia baiting, and it's kind of eye-rolling. I would say if there was any nostalgia baiting, it was done pretty well, especially when it's coming from an era where pop culture was at its peak. Never thought I would say this, but it was actually really refreshing to see a movie with no CGI, no big action sequences, actors just acting. Even though technically we all know the ending to the movie, they had some pretty good moments with some tension build-up. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I really enjoyed this movie. Ben Affleck did a good job with his directing, and the cast performances were great. I am going to give Air a B+. Well, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit. I'll see you at the movies.
Get more out of life.